Bye. So you in the bed, right? You don't know how you get there. But all you know is that this dude looking at you is sexy as hell. You feeling dead horny. And you thinking about giving him your virginity. What do? So when it comes to being a virgin, right? Obviously, we can start from a biblical perspective, seeing that that's how a lot of us was raised. We know that sex is something that should be reserved for marriage. But we live in a world where a lot of us are now more openly sexual. A lot of us are more exploratory with our sexual tastes. We've been exposed to more sexual things. A lot of us are watching porn. We're hearing stories. It's in music videos. It's all over Instagram. Sex is out there, man. People are having it before marriage. People are having it after marriage. People are having all kind of weird sex as well. But what does that mean for you? Hey, what's going on, man? This China?
Yeah, Otis. Why you want buy?
Yeah, let me get 5 virginity cards, please.
Oh, you be bad, boy. Oh.
Yeah, lost it again.
Okay, 199.
Thanks. You can't get it back. You know, I wish there was a way you could, but this is why it's so important to make sure that we understand who we are as people, what drives us to do what we do. We have to become so aware of ourselves, and this is why if you watch my videos, you would know why that's so important. Because if you're not aware of yourself, someone can easily walk into your life, you know, feed you the things you need to hear, feed you the things you want to hear, make you feel the way you've been wanting to feel, and then you may think that this is the one. All right, you look at your watch and you say, man, it's only been about 3 months though. Should I really? What do I have to lose? Everyone's doing it, right? But then you realize that you give your virginity up to this man, and now you're feeling attached. He's not showing you as much interest as he was before because you already gave him the cake. Now that he's had his share, he's not that interested in you anymore, and you're left to think, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Now, I mean, you know, we all have made mistakes. You know, some of us have had sex before marriage because we really thought that that was the right person. You can't beat yourself up too bad for those things. I know it's a big thing to digest, but you can't beat yourself up too bad, especially if you were young. But this is why people, if we're out there, we need to be mentors to our younger generation, because nobody's really giving anybody sensible advice anymore. No one's really putting the value back into having your virginity or saving your virginity until marriage, or at least for someone who you love. Actuality, what's happening these days is it's embarrassing to still be a virgin because people think, oh, you know, you're a loser, you can't get none, you ain't having sex, what's wrong with you? You know, we're pressured from a lot of different angles to have sex. You know, something as simple as sharing stories, right? You don't want to be the odd one out. And it's very easy to say, oh, you know, I've had sex when I was young too, yeah, that was cool. But in the back of your mind, you know you're a virgin. There shouldn't be anything wrong with admitting to that fact. It should be something that is celebrated, because in a world where everybody is going left, you should be the one to go right. You know, can you imagine how amazing it must be to actually marry in this day and age, knowing that you're with someone who's still a virgin, knowing that you can share in that first time experience with someone and you can grow together? Isn't that amazing? And guess what? That's how it actually should be, you know. Sex is not something that you should be practicing so that you can be good for marriage. Sex is something that you should be learning in marriage so that you can grow together with that person. Because when you come into marriage, or if you come into a serious relationship having experience, obviously you're going to make the other person feel as though they have to match up to this experience that you've had before. And that puts unnecessary pressure on people, because sex is not about performance. Sex is about an exchange of love. I don't care what you say. Yeah, you can have one night stands, yeah, you can have flings, but there will never be any sex that's as good as sex that involves deep, passionate love. I'm telling you, and you could only get to that level if you've been dating a person for a long time, if you've been intimate with a person for a long time, and if you've been sharing in emotional exchanges with this person for a long time. And to be honest, that doesn't happen anymore. This is the way it goes in our country, all right? We meet each other in the club. We get tipsy. We dance on one another. We get each other's numbers. Maybe about 2 days later, next week, we have sex. Then, and only then, we ask the question, okay, well, tell me a little bit about you. What? And so, you know, this is why I'm so happy to support this young lady. Her name is Davriel Burrows. She's actually putting on a play this November 11th at the Diplomat Center. It's called The Good Girl's Guide to Love and Romance. And let me tell you, man, if you know Davriel, she's an author. You know, she's definitely been writing for a long time. She's definitely that young lady that's making moves, because there's not a lot of forums out there for young people, especially young women, to talk about this reality. I mean, there are so many people who are battling with whether or not they should have sex now. I'm feeling it now. Should I give it up now, or should I wait? Can love wait? You know, does anybody want to wait with me? And so I'm just so happy to support you, Darielle, and I want everybody watching this video to actually go and support her as well. Again, that's this November 11th at the Diplomat Center. I'm going to leave the flyer at the end of this video, so be sure to save that. Be sure to save the date. Make sure you save your little change because it's going to be fun. It's going to be real talk, man, and it's something wholesome for people to actually go out and do. You know, a lot of things in this country are centered around alcohol, centered around partying and clubbing. Not everybody's into that. A lot of us want that good, wholesome talk. A lot of us want real talk. A lot of us want to have conversations about the things that matter. And so, Darielle, I support you 100%, man. I want everybody after you've watched this video to head on over to her page, to like her page, and to go follow it and get your tickets. All right? Y'all take care.